Hi, I'm Jeff Herman, and I wanted to talk to you about my preferred compounds. I've gotten away from silica-based compounds because they tend to be very dangerous because of the silica. I have switched over to the Luxi brand compounds that are made in England, and I find them to be very consistent. They're very dense, so they'll last quite a long time, and it's very easy to dissolve in a degreasing liquid. So I wanted to show you how I would remove a scratch from a piece of silver using a few of their compounds. First, I'm using a stitch buff. I'm going to remove any compound that's already in there and charge it with the Luxi Blue, which is a heavy cutting compound. My polishing lathe has an enclosure to keep all of the dust and cotton fibers in this location. So this is the surface I got after using the heavy cutting compound. What I'll go next to is the yellow compound, which is less abrasive. You can either remove any compound that might be on there, just wipe it away, and get it ready for the next compound. I will also dress this buff so there's no heavy cutting compound on this, and start with the yellow. Again, even though I have a dust collector, I'm still going to use my respirator because not every last fiber will stay in this area. Now this has a little bit finer look, so now I can take this and go to Luxi's Red Rouge. And also on a balloon buff, which is a much finer buff, finer weave. And before I go any farther, what I like about the entire line of Luxi is that they use a alumina base for their compounds, which is much less hazardous. And it also cleans much, much better. So I'll use one of their little sample bars. So this is the final finish. So what I'm going to do now is go over to my crock pot and remove any compound that's on here. Before we go any farther, I'd like to talk about Tampico brushes. This is a natural fiber brush. When it's wet, it won't scratch. It doesn't matter if you have a rouge finish, it just will not scratch, but it has to be wet. It's sometimes called a plater's brush or a washout brush. Though I don't see any polishing compound on this piece, there may be a very small amount, but I wouldn't notice it unless I had it under extreme magnification. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it anyway. And this is a 100% plant-based cleaner. It's a dishwashing cleaner, and I use it in a very, very hot crock pot. And so I'll dip the brush in, dip the piece in, and give it just a quick wipe. Anything that's on there will have come off at this point. Run it under some warm water and wipe it with a 100% cotton towel, and it's ready to ship to your customer.